Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because the words that are coming out of my mouth are, Rush Hour 4 is officially happening. Yes, you heard that right. After nearly 2 decades of rumors, false starts, and wishful thinking, Detective James Carter and Chief Inspector Lee are getting back together. Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan are set to return for a 4th installment in one of the most beloved buddy cop franchises of all time. Welcome back to Screen Hollywood. If you're new here, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and hype button. Also, bookmark and subscribe to our international news site at screenhollywood.com. On one hand, the fan in me is absolutely ecstatic. I grew up on these movies. The original 1998 Rush Hour was lightning in a bottle, a perfect blend of Chan's breathtaking stunt work and Tucker's motor-mouth comedy. The chemistry was unmatched. It was the kind of movie magic that defined an era. But on the other hand, the story behind how this movie is getting made is one of the most controversial, politically charged, and frankly, bizarre tales in modern Hollywood history. This isn't just a simple green light. It's a story that involves a disgraced director, a corporate takeover, and a direct request from the President of the United States. So today, we are going to unpack all of it. The good, the bad, and the deeply complicated reality of Rush Hour 4. First, let's talk about the legacy. The Rush Hour trilogy has grossed a massive $850 million worldwide. It is a certified box office juggernaut. Now, let's be honest, the quality and the numbers have seen a steady decline. The first film was a critical and commercial smash. The second one made even more money, but got slightly worse reviews. And the third one, released way back in 2007, sits at a dismal 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. But here's the key thing to understand about this franchise, and it's the reason studios have been desperate to make another one. It has never lost money. Even with a hefty $140 million budget, Rush Hour 3 still turned a handsome profit. This franchise has a dedicated global fan base that has proven time and again that they will show up to watch these two icons trade barbs and punches. If the creative team sticks to the formula that works, the fish-out-of-water comedy, the incredible action sequences, the undeniable chemistry, it's almost a foregone conclusion that this movie will be profitable. But the road to this revival has been blocked for years by one major, unavoidable obstacle. And that brings us to the controversy. We cannot talk about this movie without addressing the massive elephant in the room, director Brett Ratner. Ratner directed all 3 previous films, and for a long time his involvement was considered essential. However, in 2017, at the height of the #MeToo movement, 6 women, including actresses Olivia Munn and Natasha Henstridge, came forward with allegations of sexual misconduct and assault against him. The fallout was immediate. Warner Brothers, the studio behind the franchise, cut ties with him. Ratner was effectively put in director's jail, and the prospects of Rush Hour 4 died right along with his career. For years, the project was considered untouchable, rejected by distributors precisely because of his involvement. So what changed? How is he now back in the director's chair for a major studio blockbuster? Well, that's where this story goes from a Hollywood drama to a political thriller. According to reports from Semaphore and other outlets, the revival of Rush Hour 4 happened after a specific request from President Donald Trump. Let's connect the dots. Brett Ratner recently re-emerged to direct a documentary about the First Lady titled Melania, which is set to be released by Amazon. This project seemingly put him back in the orbit of the White House. At the same time, Paramount Pictures, which will now be distributing Rush Hour 4, is undergoing a massive corporate shift. The new chairman and CEO is David Ellison, the son of tech billionaire Larry Ellison, who happens to be a very close and powerful ally of President Trump. So you have a director with a project flattering to the First Family, a new studio head with deep political connections to the White House, and a reported request from the president himself to revive a dormant franchise. This is an unprecedented level of alleged political influence in a creative decision at a major Hollywood studio. This is no longer just a movie, it's a cultural and political statement. The return of Brett Ratner is a major test case for the post-#MeToo era in Hollywood. It raises some deeply uncomfortable questions. Can and should a filmmaker accused of such serious misconduct be welcomed back to helm a beloved, family-friendly franchise? What message does this send to the victims who spoke out? It's a moral minefield, and it puts the audience in a very difficult position. Because, let's be real, the desire to see Carter and Lee back on screen is strong. The nostalgia is powerful. But can audiences separate their love for the characters from the controversy surrounding the man behind the camera? That is the billion-dollar question that Paramount is now betting on. The business side of this is just as fascinating. Paramount distributing a film on behalf of Warner Brothers is already a strange arrangement, but it points to the bigger corporate chess game happening, with reports of David Ellison's ongoing bid to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. Rush Hour 4 could be an early symptom of a massive industry consolidation. So where does this leave us? We have the confirmed return of one of the greatest buddy cop duos in cinema history, which is genuinely exciting news. But it comes attached to a director with a deeply problematic history, revived under circumstances that are, to say the least, politically charged. My gut feeling is that Paramount knows exactly what it has. They know the brand is strong. They know the formula works, and they know that for a large portion of the general audience, the off-screen drama will be secondary to the on-screen fun. If they deliver a movie that captures even a fraction of the magic of the original, it will make money. The dedicated fan base will ensure that, but this project will forever be shadowed by the story of its revival. It's a movie that forces us to confront some very difficult questions about art, artists, and the powerful forces that shape what we see on screen. I want this movie to be great. I want to laugh at Chris Tucker's jokes and be amazed by Jackie Chan's stunts. But I can't ignore the baggage it's carrying. What do you guys think? Are you all in for Rush Hour 4, no matter what? Or is the controversy too much to overlook? Let me know your honest opinion in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more from Screen Hollywood. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.